I'm going to come down here. Oh.
Careful.
Ah, look at that. Framed it beautifully. Wonder if James is going to be first on.
Probably not because we've gone early. We've shot.
He is on! I won the bet. Hiya, James. Hi, Nicola. Hi, Bev. We're ringing you in. Get sharing for us tonight is a little special. Hi, Angie. Hey up, Bev. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Angela. Hi, Kizzy. Hey up, Laura. Hi, Yvonne. Get sharing a real special treat tonight. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Angie. Hey up, Chris. Hi, Donna. We're ringing you in tonight for a special celebration. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Hazel. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Clifford. Please get sharing, get tagging everybody. Let's get as many people on tonight. It'll be amazing. Hi, Susan. Hi, Teresa. Hello again, Tracy. Hi, Carol. Hi, Anita. Hi, Susan. Evening, Diane. Hi, Joe. Hey up, Jan. Could be a bit quiet now, the bells aren't ringing. Thank you for the stars, Jacqueline. Thank you, Sinead. Hi there. Hi, Wendy. Hey up, Kai. Hi, Marie. Hi, Patricia. All the way from New Zealand. Hi there, Chris. Hi, Candice. Hey up, Lou. Hi, Donna. Let's just turn the camera around. I can see us for a minute.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Hiya, Mum. Hiya, Mel. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Susan. Hey up, Lindsay. Hi, Carol. If you've not given a share out yet, please give us a share. Hey up, Sal. Hi, Agnes.
We're doing an announcement.
Oh, someone's oh-yaying already. Where's that coming from? Is that the
Over
square?
there, yeah.
Hi there, Rachel. Hi, Wendy. Okay, should we introduce what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we are going to get on with the introductions of what we're doing tonight. So I'm going to turn the camera around to Lisa.
So good evening everybody and welcome to Retford Ghost Hunters. So as you can see, we are in the wonderful city of Lincoln. It's one of my most favourite places in the country. Spend a lot of time here. Absolutely love Lincoln.
You can tell you've been buzzing for the last
I love
half an
it.
hour.
I absolutely love it. But we've got a little doggy, hello. But we're here on a very special day. It's the 80th anniversary of D-Day as well, and there's some celebrations going on just around the corner which we're going to take you to in a minute. There's a lighting of a beacon at 9:15, so we'll go through that in a minute. But just a little bit of history of Lincoln. I've got to read it off my nose because I can't remember like Kate and Bev do. But Lincoln can be traced back as far back as 300 BC. First known settlers lived around what's called Brayford waterfront, and Linden. I'm right high up here, Lord. Shall I stay up?
No, you
Hi.
stay there, you're fine.
And Linden was the original name for Lindo, which translated to pool in Celtic. They've found pottery and timber homes dating back to the 1st century in Lincoln, and there was something called the famous Witham Shield, belonging to a local tribe chief, which can be seen in the British Museum, which dates back to 300 BC.
Wow.
Over the years, Romans, Vikings, Saxons, Normans have all made Lincoln their home. Romans first created a major settlement in Lincoln in around AD 50, and wooden fortresses were built at the top of the hill in Lincoln, which is where we are tonight and where we're going to base our hunt. During this time, I'll say hunt, it's a history walk. During this time, one of the most important Roman roads passed through the centre of Lincoln, and it was called Ermine Street, and it was built to connect York to London. Ran straight through the middle of Lincoln. Stone walls and gates were erected, and the city soon boasted an impressive forum and public baths, evidence of which we're going to show you in a little while. By the time the Norman conquest came in 1066, Lincoln was flourishing. Normans expanded Lincoln almost immediately, and in 1068 William the Conqueror ordered Lincoln Castle to be built. Domesday Book was commissioned by King William in 1086. Lincolnshire was the second most populated county in the kingdom, and Lincoln itself was one of the 4 largest cities at the time. Going back quickly, 10892, Lincoln Cathedral was consecrated. King John placed the seal on the Magna Carta at Runnymede in 1215, and a copy was brought back to Lincoln by then the Bishop Lincoln Hugh of the Wells. The Magna Carta is still owned by the cathedral but can be seen in the castle. We'll give you a bit more history on that later. Throughout the 17th and 19th century, Lincoln became famous for wool, and it's famous for Lincoln Green, which was worn by Robin Hood. In the 1916, and this is relevant for tonight, the first ever tank was designed and built in Lincoln, giving the name of the city. It was called Tanktown, and a lot of the tanks that were used for D-Day were built in Lincoln and Lincolnshire. Lincoln also is a centre for aviation industry. 1 in 14 World War II aircraft was produced in the city. So it was known as Bomber County because of the large number of RAF bases due to the flat countryside. It's also now one of the UK's fastest growing modern universities for engineering. So that's just a really quick brief history. So I'm going to pass you to Trevor for the next bit, which is the D-Day, which we're going to go to now. Okay.
We are. Shall we? I think before we do a little bit of history on D-Day, what we'll do first is we're going to go and have a look at the lighting of the beacon, and we'll give you a little bit of history. Most of you will probably know what D-Day is about, but we'll just do a very quick summary later on, and then we'll take you around the city of Lincoln. Okay?
Brilliant.
So let's go for a little walk. Hi there.
The lighting of the beacon, there should be a beacon at the lawn,
That's right, yes.
but the trees have grown up far too much, and the council beacon doesn't function anymore because the trees have
Are they
grown
not
up.
doing the one on
So
top
they're
of the
doing a little one
castle?
on top of the castle, I think,
Are they
aren't
doing
they?
one?
There's a little
Yeah,
one
I
on top of the
think
castle,
so,
I
yeah.
think. I think, I don't know.
So guys, we are
We're
going to
gonna
walk
go and have a
over
look.
there and
It's
have a
an amazing
look.
city. It is
It's stunning.
Yeah, I love
absolutely
it.
amazing city.
So,
Me and the dog, this is our
Oh,
hood.
oh, is it?
Yeah, it's our hood.
Right.
But anyway,
I love
who
it.
are you filming for?
We're Retford Ghost Hunters. We're live at the moment.
Retford Ghost Hunters.
Yes, we are.
You're
But we also
live.
do history.
We are live,
yeah.
yeah.
So-
Live. at the
we're just
moment.
chatting to a lovely lady here who's
Retford
from here.
Ghost Hunters
Yeah,
live.
we do urbex.
You're live
We do
in what? In
on
what
Facebook.
medium? You're live
on Facebook, streaming to
Okay,
currently
well, I have a
200
little
people.
house down there, which is one of the most haunted places in
Is it?
in Lincoln, England, whatever. You'll have to come back
I'm
for
going to
that
say,
another time.
We certainly
we'll
will.
find you later, and we'll definitely
Come-
arrange
come and-
that.
come
That's
and find us
lovely.
later.
Brilliant.
Lovely.
Thank you very
Take care.
much.
Okay, guys. So,
Thank
and you. What we'll do, we'll walk down to what is known as Castle Square. I'm just going to show you one. We're going to walk past here a bit later. The beautiful cathedral.
But they are going to be doing some speeches and things, so if we are quiet when we get over there, will just be because we can't be talking to the camera.
Yeah, and there's a lot
there's
more
a
people
lot of
there
people
now.
there.
So hopefully you will hear the service. And as that lady was telling us just a moment ago, the actual beacon, we couldn't see it, is actually been overgrown by the tree. And so I think at the top of the castle entrance is a tiny beacon they might be lighting. Anyway, we're going to go really quiet and go down towards the surface and try and film it for you. I'm just very lucky to be here. So we'll read some of your comments, but chat amongst yourselves. There's some lovely music in a beautiful city for a beautiful remembrance service. So chat amongst yourselves. Mods, please entertain our lovely viewers and supporters. There's quite a few people filming, so we should be okay. Hopefully you can hear that. I'm just going to go and try and get into the middle, so if they do light the beacon above the gate entrance, you'll be able to see it. So that's the beacon I think they'll be lighting tonight, because the original one is overtaken by the tree now. put you down just for a little minute. Just anyone who's popped on, do ask any questions about what we're doing tonight. It's slightly different here on our live tonight. Seen some comments about it being emotional. Oh bless, I think we're all crying.
It's so peaceful and poignant, isn't it?
Some of the facts we were reading before, just what people did for our country and for the world really. Just going to turn you around one more time.
I've been watching the news all week and the stories, and they're all really...
There's been lots of services, isn't there? Can you hear us okay in the music and the singing? Just put it in the comments for us. We will keep bringing the camera down every now and again if there's not any music or anything, but the beacon is supposed to be lit about 9:15. Oh, glad you can hear. Thanks for putting that in the comments. Rose Cook's cousin died in World War II.
I think there's so many people in the UK who know somebody either in the family or somebody who was affected by it.
Yeah. Oh look, cathedrals in the background. Couldn't frame that better, could
No,
we?
we couldn't. Screeners.
So put in the comments if you visited Lincoln before. If there's a place you'd like to come and visit, we'll give you a little bit of an insight a little bit later. Hopefully it'll still be light so you can see some of the sites we've had the opportunity to research. Well, Lisa has done all the research on this. I'm just tagging along like a school child who's learning from the
Running
guru.
around Lincoln showing him all the bits.
Oh wow, Yvonne's mum was 13 when it was D-Day.
Wow.
It's making Sarah think of her granddad, who passed away this February, 101.
Oh wow, 101. That's
Bless you.
amazing.
Oh, there's the little doggy again. This song's a little bit quieter, but I'll turn you around for a little bit longer, and then they're doing a reading, I think, we heard earlier. Not much to see at the moment, just lots of people. Yes, Janet, it's just myself and Lisa.
Hello.
Hi to everyone popping on. Do ask any questions. It's very different. It can probably give you a little bit of a taste of what we do for our supporters. So it's not always ghost hunting. We do urbex exploring. We do historical walks. Yes, if you're not a supporter, you know what to do. Click on the shield. $3.49 a month. You can follow us. I'm just going to read some of your comments. Let us know if you've been to Lincoln. Andrew said his mum used to take me to Lincoln on the train for the local market. Local sausage were delicious.
Does he remember the other station, the old St Mark's station? That's gone now.
Yeah, but you know Lincoln well.
Yeah, there used to be two stations.
So what are they called?
One was St Mark's and then the one is the Central station.
So there we go, St Mark's or Central. Didn't know there was two. Paula's dad worked as an apprentice engineer in Ruston's in Lincoln, making something that's gone. Oh, bless you, Joe. Joe's crying her eyes out.
Aww.
Leslie's uncle was a rear gunner on a Lancaster bomber in World War II. Oh, thank you all for sharing.
If you've never been to Lincoln, you really should come and visit. There's some fantastic hotels and pubs and restaurants and history.
Andrew came 2 years ago, visited the castle, did the walk around the walls. Yes, we are waiting for 9:15, so any minute now they are supposed to be doing some readings. I think they said, was it a reading or a poem?
I can't remember. I'm reading.
And then I believe they are lighting a beacon, as they are in many key cities up and down the country.
There are some campsites nearby, Sarah. There's a couple in Lincoln and around about Lincoln. If you just go on campsites near Lincoln, you'll find some really good ones. One's right in between Retford and Lincoln, where I used to have a caravan. A place called Laneham.
Did you?
Yeah.
Laneham. I used to Morrison's delivery driving around there.
Did you?
Yeah. Look at the cathedral right behind us.
Loads here now, isn't there?
Yeah, lots of people in there. When we first arrived, probably only 8:30.
Yeah.
Wasn't many people. We were quite surprised. We thought that would be really, really, really busy. Happy birthday, Tracy.
Happy birthday.
And the bells are chiming again. Hopefully you can hear that. Okay, I think they're getting ready. I'm going to turn you around. We will be really quiet.
Just the hand that feeds. Apologies, I thought they were about to start any minute. My arm's aching holding up there. We'll just wait for just a few moments. That's a friendly doggy. Oh, just come on there.
Remember those who return to restore their relationships and rebuild their working lives after years of conflict. Let us remember the families that lost husbands, wives, sons, daughters, and sweethearts. Let us remember the servicemen and women, merchant seafarers of all nationalities, from all countries, who fought, suffered, and died during the D-Day landing and 6 years of war. Let us all remember those in the Royal Navy, the Army, the Royal Air Force, the Merchant Navy, and our allies, the brave people who kept us safe on the home front and abroad, and those who deserved occupation during the difficult time of war. Let us remember the brave doctors and nurses who cared for the wounded, the men and women who toiled in the fields, the coal mines, the factories, and the air raid forces, police officers, firemen, ambulance drivers, and the young people of the Scots and Guards, who all played such a vital role in the war. And finally, thank you all
change position just while there's a little bit of music. That was lovely, wasn't it? Hope you all enjoyed that. I'm just going to show you the beacon one more time before we head out. Okay, we are going to go for a diddly of a walk. We're just going to wait for it to disperse for a second. Hopefully you all enjoyed that. Like I say, this is what we tend to take our supporters on. Little history walks, urban explores. We wanted to share this with you tonight. So we are going to do a little history walk. We're going to take you to a few places actually. We're going to start literally just around that corner. We're going to do a little bit of history first, and then we'll go around the corner. Okay. Should we do it here?
Do a swap.
We'll do a little swap.
A little swap, see. Hello everybody. Wasn't that great? Love that.
Oh, it was quite emotional.
It was, yeah.
Lots of comments about people tearing up, because I think, as you said, I think you whispered, so many people have been affected and have family and loved ones who have been part of that.
Yeah.
So in terms of D-Day, we're just saying in the car that actually I knew a little bit, and I think I impressed my wife, but not too much. So D-Day, 6th of June 1944, so 80 years ago, was the largest, as you heard, largest amphibious invasion in the history of warfare. The statistics of D-Day, codenamed Operation Overlord, are unbelievable, and when I was reading these earlier today, it's mind-blowing. The Allies used over 5,000 ships and landing craft to land more than 150,000 troops on 5 beaches in Normandy. The landings marked the start of a long and very costly campaign in northwest Europe, which ultimately convinced the German High Command that defeat was inevitable. So that was one thing I didn't really get. I was talking about the car. It was like, why were the Germans in France? So we've had that conversation. So in terms of D-Day, got another little bit here that I'm just going to read out for you. So it was early on the 6th of June that the Allied airborne forces parachuted into drop zones across northern France. Ground troops then landed across Utah, Omar, Gold, Juno and Sword. By the end of the day, the Allies had established a footholding along the coast and could begin their advance into France. And that is when everything will happen. It was all kind of coinciding. It's coinciding?
Yeah, that's a word.
It is a word, isn't it? We have loads and loads and loads of facts about a D-Day, but I think it's... I don't know. I don't think we're not here to kind of... It's all out there, but you know what a massive international effort to take over. There's one other piece I just wanted to mention to you. It was, as we said, it was the largest naval air and land operation in the entire history. The invasion was conducted in 2 main phases, and amphibious landing. So shortly after midnight, over 18,000 paratroopers were dropped into the invasion area to provide the tactical support for infantry divisions on the beaches. The air forces flew over 14,000 sorties in support of the landings and has secured air supremacy prior to the invasion. It says on this one, nearly 7,000 naval vessels, including battleships, destroyers, minesweepers, escort and assault craft, took part in the operation. Massive, absolutely massive, and I don't think I ever, until I read this today, realised how big D-Day was.
No.
Showed how much attention I paid at school.
And how young a lot of them were. I mean, there were 16, 17-year-olds going. You can't even imagine that today, can you?
So that's
but
what we
do need to keep the memory alive. We do need to remember that, don't we?
As you say, you've got some history about your family.
Well, I found out today. I was looking because I thought.
Let's swap over to Lisa, because this goes to show actually how.
I didn't know. I never met. Well, I did meet my granddad. He died in the November the year I was born in August, so I don't ever remember him. But my granddad was called Douglas Stuart Smith, born in July 1920, and he was in the Royal Engineers Regiment. And was part of the D-Day landings on the Omaha beach in Normandy. His job, he was one of the first people to go in, and he had to go ahead of the troops to clear unexploded bombs and mines, so he went through the country first to make it safe for the troops to come through and liberate. He worked his way through France into Austria and eventually Italy. When he reached Italy, he actually was injured by a mine, unexploded mine that he stepped on. Had a very serious head injury, didn't think he would survive, wrote to my nan to say they didn't think he would survive, and he did. And he remained in Austria and in Italy, liberating them until the end of the war. My nan thought he'd got another lady out there because he didn't want to come back. He loved Italy so much, he may well have done. I might have aunties and uncles running around in Italy. And just a very quick bit, because I can't forget my other granddad who I did meet, you know, I loved. He was born in 1910, he was in the King's Shropshire Light Infantry, didn't play a part in D-Day. He would have done, but he'd actually got a broken foot, so he couldn't do that, but he was part of the UK defence and then part of the infantry that went on to liberate Norway, so still played an important part. So I didn't know any of that until today, and I thought how important really that I should know that, and my kids should know that, and their kids should know that that's quite an important thing, I thought. So there you go.
And that, you know, that just echoes how everybody, you know, even if you didn't meet them because you didn't meet the first granddad you spoke about, your families have all been impacted, whether it be your grandmother or grandmother still alive.
And tells the stories, and
and without their sacrifice and without this, we wouldn't be here today.
That's it.
Wow. Thank you for sharing your personal stories, Lisa. Amazing. And we've just seen so many other comments on here about your family and your loved ones. So thoughts to everyone who is impacted and has memories and thoughts of loved ones. Our thoughts are with you. So enough of the emotional
Enough of the
kind of
emotional.
stuff.
Let's go find some ghosty
let's-
buildings.
Let's have some ghosty buildings and some ghosty pubs and spirits. No, we won't be drinking.
Oh no.
I've only been to Lincoln 3 times, and this Magna Carta pub here, named after the Magna Carta, was where I first met my wife's granddad and grandma and granddad, I think, properly out for a beer
Oh.
at a graduation event shortly after I met her.
Did it go well?
It went fine that time. Okay, so we're going to just pop down a little way down here. They've taken a board in, so I'm not sure how far down we are
It's just
going.
where
Is
the
it this one
plants
here?
are, where the plants are.
Where the oh, that looks pretty. Should we take them over the side of the road?
So there is a plaque.
Is there?
Which is quite an
Oh, there
interesting
is.
plaque.
Let's show them the shop first.
Oh, yeah.
So this is Lincoln's original pie shop. No, please, after you. Oh yeah, no problem. So Lincoln's original pie shop. There's a little plaque up here. I'm going to just try and zoom in. I don't know if the lighting's going to be there. You can take your screeners and read it a little bit later if you want to. Bear with.
Yeah, Lawrence of Arabia stayed here, apparently, on this site as a soldier and author. So anyway, Brown's Pie Shop, situated on the famous steep hill, which we're not going to go down tonight because I can't make it all
It
the way
doesn't
down
look
the
that
back.
steep on camera,
Wait till you get to the
but when you get
corner
round the
and it drops.
corner, it's as the name suggests.
So it
steep.
dates back, this building, to 1649, and it's been several occupants have been in the building, but only one keeps returning, and it's a little boy by the name of Humphrey. And Humphrey is thought to haunt this building and has been known to cause a lot of mischief. So when he's ignored, he doesn't like being ignored.
Just kicked us out. We are back. Sorry, do you want to start from Humphrey?
Okay, so the little boy ghost that haunts here is Humphrey, and he gets up to a lot of mischief when he's ignored. So much staff that the staff at Brown's now go in and greet him. If they don't greet him, something will happen if they don't acknowledge his presence. Once, when someone failed to say hello, a knife was thrown across the floor, apparently. Staff and visitors have reported hearing strange noises in the restaurant. One person even commented on seeing a child running around the tables, and there was no children in there that night.
There you go then. So if you are in Lincoln, do visit the original pie shop.
It's changed its name now. It was
Yeah,
Brown's
it's
Pie
now
Shop. It's been done
Hobson's.
up. Yeah,
They should have called it Humphrey's.
Yeah, they should have done. Oh, they missed a trick there.
I think we need
didn't
to have a petition here. We're going to see if we can get a ghost done.
they? Good, doesn't it?
Let us know in the comments again if you've been to Lincoln, and more so, have you had a pie from the original Lincoln pie shop? Don't we love to name Humphrey?
There's lots of history on the castle, but that'll take us
Yeah,
all night.
we're not going to go down to the castle or around the castle. You can see it there. Maybe we'll have to come back and do a part 3, because like the first time Lisa came with Adam, and it was raining that day. So
Raining, it was ridiculous.
yeah, I'm just going to detour the camera from people who are enjoying a lovely glass of fizz, and we'll go towards the cathedral. Do we have history on the cathedral?
Yeah,
We do. Do you want me to do that bit?
do that bit. History and about the ghosting.
Well, we're breaking up. Hopefully it will come back. Oh, I'm sorry you missed that it was breaking up while you were talking about the pie shop.
Oh, well, if we get time, we'll do it again. It's just a
In
naughty-
brief, there's a spirit of a little boy who's very mischievous, and if you don't greet him when you go into the pie shop, then things will happen, and even knives have been thrown across the restaurant. Yeah, I think that was the crux of the pie shop. So you want a haunting experience while you're having some dinner? Give it a little visit. Are we still breaking up now? What we'll do, we'll walk down the side and see some of the architecture of
Yeah, 'cause we're
the...
going round there.
Should we go round to this front door entrance, because the carvings are amazing. One of our mods, if you can put whether the signal's fine or still breaking up for me, when I see one of your comments saying it's clear, we'll resume. Oh, Julie said it's not now. Oh, lots of people saying it's fine. Some are saying it's breaking up. So just want to show you some of this beautiful architecture whilst we're here. Excellent. So lots of people, more people are saying it's fine. So we will just resume. So the main entrance of this beautiful cathedral. Look at it. It's amazing. All the way up to the top. And the detail of the figures. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. Oh, it's not letting me zoom in now. Hey ho, maybe I'm zoomed in too much already. It's not letting me zoom in.
Playing.
Hey ho, not playing.
Do you want that? So
Yeah,
we can
let's do a little
walk
swap.
and talk.
Yeah, we'll walk and talk.
Hello.
We'll go around the side where hopefully it will be. We'll give them a different view.
It's a lovely evening, isn't it? Really calm. Bit different to last time. Hey Adam, if you're on.
I've not seen him on. I love this bit. It's just the way the windows have all gone like really blackened.
Yeah. Hi guys, hope everybody's okay.
Should we do it?
It's magnificent, isn't it? Yeah, we can do.
I love that part.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it's the windows almost
Should
look
we
like
put some light on now?
just black. Do we need a bit of light on?
Yeah, we'll put a bit of
A
light
bit
on.
of light on. Oh, Arnie. Should we?
Where are you going?
What's
Are
the
we
view
going?
like?
Do you want to stay there? It's quite a good view
Is it a
there.
good view? Well,
Yeah.
we'll do it here then. So the earliest parts of the cathedral date back to 1072, when Bishop Regimus de Vacamp moved his seat from Dorchester-on-Thames to Lincoln, and building was finally completed in 1092, but severely damaged in an earthquake. An earthquake.
Earthquake in
Yeah.
Lincoln.
In an earthquake in Lincoln in 1185, and it was rebuilt over the following centuries in a Gothic style. Actually,
You
It
can
is.
tell that now, can't you?
now I've read that,
Yeah.
because I didn't read it all before. It is very Gothic, and that blackened stone, I love it. The spectacular Gothic building once held the record for the world's tallest building for over 2 centuries, from 1311 overtaking the Great Pyramid of Giza. And that was until 1549, when the spire of the cathedral collapsed in a storm. Now, obviously the cathedral, I mean, it's huge. It's huge scale. There are many, many small and intricate hidden surprises to discover, including the famous Lincoln Imp. And that's been known, and I don't know, is that what I saw as we were walking around?
No,
Yeah, that's
no,
not
it
that.
isn't. It's inside. It used to be outside. It's been moved inside
I want
now.
to show them that. 'cause
And you
I
have
love
to put
that.
20p in a machine. It's supposed to light it up. I've been 3 or 4 times now. Put my 20p in, and I've still never found the
I'll be
Lincoln
asking for
Imp.
refunds. Yeah, the Lincoln Imp has become the city's best known emblem. The story goes that the imp was making mischief and threw stones at an angel who promptly turned it to stone. Hollywood has paid a visit to Lincoln Cathedral in recent years, when parts of the Da Vinci Code
I'm looking at your
were
nose.
filmed there, because the cathedral acted as a double for Westminster Abbey. And the Young Victoria was also filmed here in the chapter house. Now, there are many ghosts of the cathedral. Some of the most memorable and prolific. There's one in 1960s. A woman named Constance leapt from one of the cathedral's towers to her death, and some nights you can see her reenacting that fateful event. There's also one of a 17th century holy man walking the halls of Lincoln Cathedral with chains hanging from his neck, who climbs the steps leading into the building, perhaps to join that ghostly procession of monks. One of the most damaging events in Lincoln's history was the plague, and in 1349 the Black Death swept across Lincoln, completely overwhelming the city's residents. And there is supposed to be around the corner.
Yeah,
almost
we think we
called
know where it
we think we know
is.
where it's called the Plague Fields. And as the population decreased so rapidly, the space for corpses became limited, and the church couldn't keep up with the amount of people that needed to be blessed and buried as the death toll continued to rise. And so bodies were piled up and given a mass burial on the grounds to the right of the cathedral. So I think it is
that one, I'm sure.
where we think it is.
Yeah.
Fabulous. It's said that at that burial site, on the anniversary of the burial, it said the ghosts rise from the grave and march to the cathedral, singing for salvation as their bodies were unable to be blessed. That's quite sad, isn't it?
It's sad, yeah.
So that's a little bit of history of this beautiful cathedral.
It's amazing.
I love it.
It is amazing.
Should we take a walk down to where we think the plague field? Or the
Yeah.
plague,
Oh, we've got a couple of
plague
things
field,
on
is that
the way. Yeah, a
I
couple
thought
of
it was this
places we can
corner.
go on.
I'm losing
No,
direction
it's a bit.
already.
We thought it was this corner. We were told last time it's further round, so it's a little
Right.
bit further round. So
get
we
the
should
joy.
be heading to Bishop's Palace now, just round this corner. And this is where there's the big hill where I nearly die on the way back up, so you'll have to have the camera. Hope everybody's enjoying it. Something just a little bit different. Now we've got the light nights and better weather. Oh, he's got a parking ticket, look. Naughty naughties.
Oh, it does say on that sign and that one.
Look at that window there, look.
That is stunning.
And if you've never been to Lincoln Cathedral, you need to come. And someone's just told me you put your 20p in and turn round and look. I've not done that.
So you put the 20p in and you've got to turn
And
the
then
other
turn
way
round
to
and look the other way.
Why
and
don't you
it's
put
lit
it so
up.
you can just look up?
Exactly.
You need to go back
So
and
I'm
put
going
another
to come.
20p
I'm going to
in.
come back on Saturday and have another go. It's amazing, all these
So the
little.
20p lights up the imp.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Used to be on the outside apparently, and then they moved it in.
It goes on
Mom.
forever, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Doesn't it?
it's massive. You don't realise, and then when you go in, it just goes on and on.
So I wonder which one the tower that Constance come out of.
Don't know. There's a little thing up there. Look. It won't zoom in, will it?
No, it won't zoom in. I don't know why it won't zoom in.
But there's like a. Well, it's like a walkway sticking out the window,
It is.
isn't it? Could have been there.
Yeah,
we've
so that's
just just going around this corner. It is fascinating, and all these houses are all belong to the church.
Do you think it's this one?
I think it's that one.
I think it's this one.
But we're going to come back and across there
Yeah.
in a sec. So it's this corner we're going first. We can't get in.
Can't get in it.
No, but you can have a look down. I'm going to say zoom, but that's not happening.
Wonder why it's not zooming. I
Don't
think it's
know.
since we've been booted off.
Yeah, it doesn't want to play,
It's
does
not
it?
zooming in.
So is this the right place? Is this Bishop's Palace? Yes, it is. So we can get to the gates. There's only a little bit of history on this one.
So we'll just swap filming. So Lisa's going to give you the history of Bishop's Palace.
Can we see it? We see it enough. I think it's National Trust property, I think. But the old parts of it you can just see on this
Bring them down
corner.
a bit.
So I'll tell everybody while you're giving them a look. So it stands in the shadow of Lincoln Cathedral. Medieval Bishop's Palace was one among the most important buildings in the country even, sorry. Bishop's Palace in Lincoln was once an administrative centre for the largest diocese in medieval England, stretching from the Humber to the Thames. It was built in 1163, and the palace was one of the most impressive buildings in the country, which reflected the power and wealth of the Lincoln bishops. Situated on the hillside site just behind the cathedral, the palace offered extensive views over the city and the countryside. It was damaged very badly in the Civil War and subsequently largely then abandoned. Today visitors can come and see the remains, but there's also a kitchen, I think there's a cafe down there, and some bishops' apartments that still remain. The undercrofted East Hall, which is the big hall there.
We got the zoom in then.
Oh, did we?
Rachel's
Right
giving
up
us
my
the top
nose.
tip.
Built in the 1230s by Bishop St Hugh, and it was one of the site's most impressive features and still survives today. And the chapel's range and entrance tower also still standing, built in the 1430s by Bishop Alnwick to modernise the palace.
There we go, and
Yeah,
just as you
just as
finish,
I
the
finished.
bells toll. Thank you for that hint, Rachel. It's working, so we can actually zoom in now. Not that we need to zoom in too far. Let's see if we can get all the way down there. If you're in Lincoln, it's worth a look at the Bishop's Palace, says Lynn. That's where we are. So let's head back up and round to the right. Where are we going next, Lisa?
We're going to something called the Tithe Barn.
The Tithe Barn.
Yes. And then Vicar's Court. Oh, it's all going off in Lincoln. My foot's killing. How are we doing for
Are you
time?
okay? It's only 9:45, so we've got 45 minutes.
Oh, we're all right then. We're okay.
Slow
Do this
down.
bit quick
Lisa's
and
actually
then
got a bad
we'll go
ankle as well.
I've got my Mickey Mouse shoes on. They hold it in a little bit, so I'm all
She's got
right.
good foot support, but we're not going to be running around anywhere. Just take it easy on these paving slabs. So we're off to Tithe Barn. Oh, I can smell the real fires coming from these cottages. And that's around here. Down here, yeah?
Yeah.
And this is a road called Greaston Place.
Which most viewers will probably remember.
You will remember. So, those of you who have watched before, quick quiz question for you. What are we going to see at the bottom of this section here? Bottom of Greaston Place.
I've got to walk back up here in a minute. You'll have to do it.
Everyone's
Show
saying
me.
go easy, Lisa.
I'm all right. These buildings are
Doesn't
such
tithe mean
hotels.
10? This one. Look at that.
Somebody's house, I'm sure. Imagine living there.
Beautiful house. It is the steps, Emma. You're the first one to comment. You no prizes, just pride. Good guess, Anne. Anne said it was a monument. Gary Brumby, typical. A bit more of Lincoln. Wendy also said steps, correct answer. Actually, Lynn's put the Greystone steps, so the full, not just the steps.
So this, again, you can't really see, but here's the history board.
Should we go to the history
There we
board so
are.
they can see what it used to be?
Yeah.
So it's this one here, is it?
It's the first one,
The
is the Tithe Barns and Vicar's Courts.
This bit here.
So basically all
In
the
front of the
information I've
cathedral.
got is taken off there. So the Tithe Barn in Vicar's Courts date back to 1440 and was probably built as a warehouse. Tithes could be paid in goods as well as coins, which could have been received and stored here. So a tithe is 1/10 of annual produce or earnings, formerly taken as a tax to support the church and clergy.
So someone said does tithe
yeah,
mean
so it's
10?
1/10.
Whoever that was.
Again, it was very badly damaged during the Civil War when Cromwell's troops stormed through the area. Both the barn and cathedral were damaged as they were treated by Cromwell as enemy property. It's suggested also that the barn at a later date was used as an infirmary or a refectory. More recently, it served as a dining hall and kitchen to the Lincoln Girls' School, which is just located on the hill just below, and now forms part of the University of Lincoln Arts and Design School.
Stunning.
So
So is that a bit part of it as well?
So that's part of it there, and that's Vicar's Court, which was founded as a college for priests in the 13th century, and is only one of 8 such colleges in England, and is now one of the earliest and most preserved. So you used to be able to get in there, but I think now you can't. Now it belongs to the
No.
senior clerics and canons attached to the church would live in buildings like this back in the day. And again, Civil War, it was all damaged. So
There we go. So we're going to go down to Greaston Steps.
do you want me to do a swap with you, Trav?
Yeah.
'Cause I might let you do the walk down there.
Am I doing the walk down there?
There's a, well, this is one, the crooked lamppost.
Well, look at
Famous crooked lamppost, and that's in the history that you stand next to that, Trav. Stronger than he looks. I'd love it to fall over.
that.
Screenies. So yeah, so there's a little bit in there about the crooked lamppost.
In here?
Yeah.
I will read that in a minute.
And last time we were here, there was, let's do a big zoom. I'm not going down because I'm scared.
I'll go down in a minute.
You can do. Oh, I was just going to say, can anybody remember what happened when we came on a hunt once, but Rachel's Pindy kicked a flashy ball and it went all the way down the steps to the main road at the bottom, never to be seen again. Yeah.
Right, should we give them a little bit of history?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are said to be many ghosts that haunt these stairs. One said to be from the convent of St. Joseph's, can be seen carrying a baby in her arms. She walks from the entrance of the convent over the pathway and into what it is now a flower bed and lays the baby down. Some believe that the baby is dead and she is laying it to rest. Approximately 1/4 of the way up the stairs, I've got to go quite a way down then, there is a stone archway which stretches over the path. People have seen orbs of light and noises coming from underneath the archway, as well as some of the electrical devices turning themselves off. Pictures taken of the area have also been distorted or have shown specks of light covering the screen. Then halfway up, it might be there, halfway up as this bit stands a crooked lamppost. Seen regularly stood underneath it is a cleric wearing a hat and a long coat, believed to have hung himself on the lamppost that he stands under. The cleric has never frightened anybody who has seen him. It's said that he is there to protect and guide weary travellers who are on their way up the stairs to the cathedral. So that's halfway up.
That must be the archway at
That
the
must be the
bottom. But then
archway.
it does go on for ages.
And there's no steps. Did they pave over the steps?
Don't know.
Don't know.
I'll let you have
Should
a
we go
little.
down?
You can go down. I'll stand in the archway. See if there was a girl last time we came, and she said she walks away home down here.
Yeah.
And one night she was walking down on her own, and something grabbed her ankle, and there was
Really?
nothing there. And she told me and Adam that story while we were live. So I
Because
don't
you got
want
the
my
balls out
ankle.
here last time,
Yeah,
didn't
we
you?
did. Yeah, and we had flashy balls going off.
So this is the archway.
It is a bit freaky down here.
You think?
Yeah, a little bit. Whether it's because you know the stories.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Should we go down and back up again?
You can. I'll wait here for you.
So the flashy ball, let's reenact the flashy ball. It did this. And then it got a bit faster. And it did this. And it did this. And it went all the way down. And we'll film Lisa on the way back up. I'll just see what's at the bottom. Oh, they go all the way down to near the bottom of Lindham Hill, says Emma, thank you. I'm going to go to the bottom and have a little look. And read some of your comments when I get to the bottom. So we are near a main road, so I'm not going to go all the way out. Greystone Stairs sign, I'll show you that in a second. So if you're wandering by, this is the College of Science and Engineering at the bottom. And you turn left. It is signposted. Oh no, it's not, it's just on here. Greystone Stairs. So we're going to go back round the corner. And I've got the hard job of going all the way back up, so I might need to stop and read a few comments. But look at the lighting, it's stunning. Let's get some screeners there. Well, there's a figure up there. It's Lisa. I'm really disappointed it doesn't look steeper. Oh, you've heard they do boat trips in Lincoln? I'll have to ask Lisa. Might find the ball. I'd have a good job trying. Yeah, if I kicked the ball now, that would be great. Oh, they're very uneven. Lovely to see it from this direction. Yeah, the things I do for you, you see? I'll be out of breath when I get to the top. So 230 it says on mine. I'm sure there'll be more. Could someone just put in the comments how many viewers are on. I'm sure there'll be more than 230. Have walked up the stairs tonight. Glad you're all enjoying the history walk. It's just a different side of what we do. Oh, 258, so not too many on. It is midweek. And this was the archway here. So that says it's a quarter of the way up. And then halfway up to the lamppost.
So it's all the way up to the top.
Yeah. Right, where are we going next, Lisa?
We are heading to those arches and the plague fields.
The Archers and the Plague Field, let's give it a go.
Did you tell them about St Eus's head that's seen rolling down here?
No, I didn't read that bit.
So
I
the
thought that was a
St
different...
Eus, St Eus's head, it was,
filmed
after
this
his
way.
death he was announced as a saint, and his body was cut up and sent to Lincoln and cathedrals around the world. But his head stayed in a chest at Lincoln Cathedral, strange, on a bed of gold and gems apparently. But there was a fight for some reason over some people who were looking after it. Two thieves entered the cathedral, pinched the head, had a fight, and apparently the chest fell open here and the head rolled down these stairs.
Oh, I'd love to see a chopped off head rolling down them steps. Look at that. Hi Nigel from the North Pole. I want my little shot of this beautiful lamppost. Love that. Right, fix it. Let's get a selfie of Lisa as well.
What, leaning up against it?
Drop the comments and take a nice picture of Lisa.
My weight.
Just in case you didn't do one of me, I'm going to have another go. I'm going to lift it back up again.
What did Lisa and Trevor get up to? We just had loads of fun with the lamppost. Brilliant.
Someone would have got those on the live.
So there's this, go on, I'll let you give you that.
Oh, Annie.
A RAF Waddington, there was a bomber that was returning from a mine laying mission, and something went wrong when it was heading back over the cathedral, and that crashed on the side of the stairs as well.
Whoa.
Apparently 4 crew were lost, and one person who was in the girls' school. So people have said that they can smell burning. Wonder if that's what it was, and it wasn't the fires.
I smelt, where was it? I smelt burning.
From a lady.
It's a bit further up there, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was. You'll have to go ahead because I can't breathe.
No, we'll take a little break. Let's take a little break. We're in no rush. Everyone's enjoying it. Someone just put a question: why is the lamppost leaning? It was because reportedly somebody hung themselves from there, and they kind of left it. And the spirit of them—it was a monk. The spirit of the monk can be seen underneath it,
Yeah,
and
man
it's
with a cloak.
yeah, man with a cloak. Doesn't scare anybody, and it's just stayed that way ever since.
I'm so unfit.
So it says the guy on the right looked like a statue. Just a member of the public. Tried not to get him on film. Thank you guys for all the stars you're sending through tonight. Hopefully you're enjoying. Chrissy says she loves her visits to Lincoln. Cathedral's wonderful.
Dying, Trev.
You are.
I'm dying.
You're dying. Slow down a bit. I'm trying to slow down for you.
No, because then I've got more to go. I'd rather go
Right.
up and die.
Let's go. You'll be rolling down the hill otherwise. Okay, might need to get our torches out in a minute.
So
Oh, we're
we
going up
think
here, aren't we?
This is it, don't we?
We think this is the plague fields. So I'm going to get my torch out, just ready.
But we might be wrong.
Oh, have you got your super duper torch?
Yeah.
Let's get, Lisa's got a new torch, everybody.
If I can find it.
It is very different to
no.
Australia. Have you not bought it, Lisa?
Yeah, I have. Just pull my handle out.
Anne says she must visit here soon. I must visit properly. I've been for a graduation ceremony. I've been to the cinema and didn't even come into the town. I did once come around, but I don't know where I was and what I was doing.
Are you ready?
We have, whoa, look at that, everyone. And the bells are chiming there. Even the bells are impressed with
Even
your
impressed
torch.
with my torch.
We think this is the
believe it.
plague fields we were speaking about earlier, where bodies were stacked due to the plague, so many people dying, just couldn't keep up with the burials and the ceremonies, and so they were just stacked and were buried without even being blessed. And then what was it? It was once a year, on the anniversary of the burial, it said that spirits rise.
Come out and walk into the cathedral.
Yeah. Should we? Which way are we going to go?
Just to the end, and then we can see the two arches.
Fabulous.
Over to you.
It is getting dark, so I think shall we head to that Roman piece? Should we just talk very briefly about the arches?
We'll just walk up here and show the arches on the walk up there.
And we'll keep the arches really, really brief. You know, they are arches. One of them's newer and one of them's older.
Yeah, one of them's a replica. There we go, let's go out this way.
Out this way? Yvonne came to Lincoln to see Ollie Murs.
I saw Ollie Murs the other week in Nottingham.
Did you?
I loved him.
Is he the one who sings Shut Up and Dance with Me?
Yeah.
Well,
No. He
No?
doesn't sing that one.
Which one does he sing?
Loads.
I don't know.
Dear Darling.
Dear Darling, yeah, I like that one.
So that's one.
So one arch is here. I'm going to get run over, so I'm just going to go over here first.
Can't really see, we might have to do a
It is.
zoom.
We'll do a little zoomy. This is the newer one, isn't it?
No, this is the older one.
Is it the older one?
This is the remains of a medieval 13th century. It was the main entrance to the grounds of Lincoln Cathedral from Lindham Road, which was part of a tall wall that surrounded the cathedral community. In the 19th century, a road was built on the west side of the arch to allow traffic to come up the hill, and traffic continues the other way. And it was the traffic coming the other way used to pass through the arch itself until the invention of double-decker buses, and then they needed to build another road because they couldn't fit through the arch.
There we go. Oh, there, it will zoom again. Perfect.
In this corner, which fascinates me.
A post box?
Yeah, but it's a Victorian post box. There are not many of those about now.
Well, I never. That looks like, is that like a rose?
It's a Victoria Regina, it would have been, like they had ER.
So that will be the V here,
Yeah.
and that turns into the R, and there's the rose in the middle. Do you think that's like a Yorkshire rose or something like that?
That was the Victorian symbol.
Oh, there we go.
So there you go. Not many
Not
of them
just
about.
not just any old post box.
So yeah, briefly, we're just walking up here, but this other archway, it marks the location of an old medieval gate for the cathedral, but it's actually a Victorian replacement that resembled the original one. It's still a Grade 2 listed gateway with a central pointed flank and a small part for pedestrians, but there's not much else on that really.
But it's a fake.
It's a fake.
It's a fake. It still looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to walk under here, are we?
Yeah, we're just going to go into that gardens, can you remember, just to the side of it.
That's right. So we're just going to walk up to this other archway.
Which is still impressive.
It is. How's your ankle?
Fine at the minute. We're killing tomorrow.
Don't give me the blame. There
No,
we
I
go.
won't, I'm the one
Gonna
who's
step
had you
over
running
here. Look.
around. It's the yard, look.
Happy days. So we're going to go over and see a poet. We need your torch, Lise. Thanking you. So we're going to go and see a poet, but I don't think he'll tell us a poem. We have got people here, so we will probably just we're just going to put the camera down for a second, and then we'll shine it up on there, and we'll do the history away from it.
Yeah.
There we go. They won't mind.
Show it you briefly.
I'm just going to show it to you briefly, without blinding these lovely people. There we go.
Written on the bottom, look.
Has got Tennyson written on the
Quote
bottom.
from one of his poems.
Is it a quote? There we go. So I'll show you the thing in a moment there. Flower in the crannied wall, I pluck you out of the crannies, I hold you here, rot and all in my hand. Little flower, but if I could understand what you are, rot and all in all, I should know what God and man is. And there he is. There's Tennyson in Lincoln. Look at that. I'm going to quickly cut round this way. Evening, you out there? Oh, I love that smell. Right, we're going to head over here and Lisa's going to give you a little history of Tennyson.
Tennyson, do you want to do it, or and then you can do that next one as well?
Yeah, yeah.
You're better at reading than me. I'm still catching my breath.
I need to talk to you. What's the lighting like?
We're okay with the torches on.
Like that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so Lord Alfred Tennyson was born in Somersby, Lincolnshire in 1809 and died on 6th of October 1892. Quick maths lesson. How old was he? Who's paying attention?
I did that a long time ago. I don't know my maths. That's why I have a
He was 83.
calculator on my phone.
He was an English poet. He was a poet laureate during much of Queen Victoria's reign. In 1829, Tennyson was awarded the Chancellor's Gold Medal at Cambridge for one of his first pieces, Timbuktu. He published his first solo collection of poems called Chiefly Lyrical in 1830. After his death, his friend George Frederick Watt began work on his memorial statue, which you've just seen in the grounds of the cathedral. Watts began work in 1898 and was 86 years old when he finished it in 1903. Watts then died a year later in 1904 before the statue was put in place, so he actually never got to see his work in situ.
Oh.
The statue inspired by his poem Flower in the Crannied Wall, and the statue has lines from the poem which we've just read, that poem Flower in the Crannied Wall.
Fascinating.
Just a screenshot.
I never knew he came from Lincolnshire. Rachel's put my parents lived up there, but I don't know where that was, but it must have been up here
Rachel?
somewhere. Yeah. What a nice place to live. I'd love to live up here. So we are now on a noisy road, but we've got to
is
show you
phenomenal.
this.
You know, how many people walk past this, don't even
Loads.
look at this, or be nosy and peer over the wall?
So let me show you where we are first. Do your torch from a different angle. There
Like
we
that?
go. Yeah.
So we're going to show you that ruin in just a second, but that's the ruin you're going to see of the East Gate of Roman Lincoln, and now we'll move over to what it did look like.
It's one of those horseshoe-shaped areas. That
So
building.
one of them is down here. We'll show them down there.
Get big torch on. We should have come when it was light. It's just down next to the main road in this little.
Are we zoomed all the way out?
We are now. House through the arches, yeah. Oh.
And so, if you have a look where the flat bit was, the other gate piece would be underneath the building behind it. It's got to be underneath there.
Yeah, it must
Which is
be.
now a hotel.
Which is now a hotel. But that was at ground level. That just shows how much we've built up since the Romans. That's how far is that? I'm not very good with measurements. It fascinates me, all that old Roman stone.
Oh, it says the other is underneath the road to your left.
Under the road.
Under the road,
So they've built a road
So
here.
it'll be underneath here.
It'll be under here.
Built over.
What a shame.
It is.
But we came earlier because I was showing Trevor where we were coming, and we need to come and show you again in the daytime because it's just ace, isn't it?
So this actual piece was excavated in 1963. So it's not been
So
uncovered
it's not been
that long.
uncovered very long. 1963.
Yeah.
Wow. So there you go. That's what it looks like.
1963 to 66, and are now preserved as an ancient monument.
Car park right next to it. Look. Amazing.
Beautiful.
What are
Righty, where do we
doing
go?
for time?
I don't know.
We're at 10 past.
10 past 10.
So we've got a bit longer. Keep going. Oh, he's on a bike with his music. That surprised me.
So this is where the little head that I saw. Is that on this wall?
Yeah, it's on this wall up here, yeah. We've got a little bit of a walk down here now. We'll listen to the man's music on the bike.
Come behind you.
So is everybody enjoying it? We're rushing you round because we've got so much to see. We could do again another one and still not see it all. I know. And this is just up the hill. There's as much to go again down the hill.
Yeah.
Around Brayford Wharf and all down there.
Okay, so this wall on the left, we're walking down earlier, and I see this.
We'll cross over in a
See
sec.
that in a minute. We're going to blind the driver. with
Yeah, I'll
the
just put you
torch.
down. Oh, he stopped. Oh no, we haven't. Speed bump. Look at that.
If you come from this side, it looked like a face, but now I'm looking at it from here, it looks like a lion.
Yeah, it does. I'm sure it's a lion. Where's it gone? That's ace, isn't it? I bet it was
It's only
fantastic when only one on the whole wall that we can find.
Actually, now I'm underneath it, it does look like a man.
Pareidolia.
Anyway, I think it's pretty cool.
It has got like a human nose.
Yeah.
Are they grotesques or gargoyles? Can't remember what the correct one is. These little archways, and let me zoom back out again.
Where did we go next, Lisa?
Well, we've got a little bit of a walk up here, and then it depends which way we want to go. We're going to go to the
dark
well.
now, isn't it? Which
Yeah.
is a shame. You want to come on too early because you're used to us going live at 9:30. 9's pushing it.
Let's look at the cathedral. Look.
Well, there's couples behind.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great to show them the.
Yeah, we'll go along there up to the well, and then maybe finish it there.
Yes.
So we've just got a little bit of a walk, but on this road up here there was an original Roman colonium, and it was part of the, I can't remember what it is, but the original pillars
Cross over, don't we?
they've marked in the road. So the pillars have gone, but they've marked them with circles as to where they would have been. And it is a Thursday night in Lincoln, as my daughter tells me. It's one of the busiest nights for kids out drinking, so just bear with us because we're coming back up into a built up area.
And we've got that bit that brings the oldest, the mint wall, haven't we?
Yeah. Which again, you can't really see at night.
Yeah, this is going to get rowdy now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a little bit.
And we're coming out for a drink.
So just up here, we'll be able to find them in the road.
Yeah. A little bit further up, I think, aren't they?
Yeah.
Crafts and pay £2 for warming up.
I bet all these buildings have got a story. They're all really old. And I bet if you knew the owners, I bet they've all got stories. Whiskey shop, look.
Oh, yes, please.
Look at all them.
I've got that
Anybody
bottle.
likes
I've got a bottle of
whiskey?
Arran, it's beautiful.
I don't like whiskey, so it's not my favourite shop.
Love it. Well, let's see if we can find one of these. Ah, I can see one. Just. Let's go torch on. Here. Here.
Oh, here we are. Yeah, so they
that's
start here.
Oh, there's
So it is
two.
a busy road. So these mark where the columns would be. I think I've got a little bit of history on it, but of the original buildings from the Roman
Let's walk in the road.
until we get run over. But they
I'll
are
flash a
all the
light
way
on you.
along.
Yeah. I'll be the traffic warden.
We've got a little bit of history about ghosts in this pub as well.
The Lion and Snake.
Yeah, which we'll just get to this phone box and then. But they're all the way along, look.
And the last one's there.
And they carry on going look, all the
Oh,
way.
there's more.
And then onto the pavement the other side
wow.
where they originally found the footings.
Hey look, Lisa, did you put that there?
No, but it's cool, isn't it?
Should you do it by the telephone box? So this is a not worthy
No.
post box.
The old Queen, bless her.
Should you do it here?
Yeah.
Gotta find it. Which one is it?
So,
Not that one.
come back to the beginning.
For the beginning.
Yeah, almost. Bear with, we're just finding the right history pages because we've not done it in order. Keep going. This way.
This way.
Yeah. Keep going.
Again. And I'm back to there.
Keep going.
Again.
A few more. Keep going. That's the baling. Are we doing this bit or are we doing the...
Oh, good. Just tell them a little bit more. Is there any more to tell them about the circles?
Yeah. Let's do a swap. I'll find
Let's do a
it.
swap. You know where it is. Just can't get the staff.
I know.
Trev
I've
did
done it
absolutely
all out
nothing.
of-
You just rocked up.
But they actually was, I can tell you, 1878 it was discovered, this Roman, whatever it is.
That'll do, won't it?
That's all we need to know, isn't it?
That's all we need to know. Let's stop paying ourselves flicking through paper. Let's go show them the well.
Let's find the well. Well, let's do this first.
Yes.
Lion and Snake.
So last time I was in the Lion and Snake was when England were playing Sweden, I think it was, in the last World Cup.
Have you picked my torch up?
I've got your torch under my arm.
My new one, I don't want to
And
lose
we were
it.
sat in that little bit there.
So do you want to read it out? You're better at reading than me.
Oh, I'll gladly read.
You don't need to do it all. There's just about well-known ghosts where it starts there, or a little bit of
Should we tell them
history
about the
about it.
ghosts? Because we all
Yeah.
know it's a pub.
We all know it's a pub.
And it's said to be haunted by a Roman soldier in a cellar. He's said to be quite a shy ghost and is seen now and again. People have reported hearing marching of soldiers and the sound of chariots while sat in the pub. It's a very common report in the uphill part of Lincoln. However, the most well-known ghost in the Lion and Snake is named the Granny with the Bun. Owners have accepted her presence for over 30 years and believe she's harmless, and she's regularly seen walking about in the upstairs quarters, and when the residents squeeze against the wall to let her past, she simply acts as if they're not there. Dogs have been seen growling as if there was someone there in front of them, but there never is. In the 1980s, a relief landlord reported leaving the bathroom in his towel, only to see an old lady with a bun passing through the corridor. He leant fully against the wall to move out of her way as she continued past him, and he later found out many others have seen the same thing, and that the woman is in fact the pub's resident ghost. I love that.
Yeah.
There is also a story of an old man who could be seen enjoying a drink at the far end of the bar. Staff have been incredibly frustrated as when they attempt to get a closer look at him, he gets up and dissolves into the wall, meaning no one can describe him in detail. All they know is that he looks a little bit dishevelled. One less punter to serve, I suppose.
Fascinating. Right, so let me just find this about the well and we'll move over there.
Yeah, we're going to go to the well. Let's go over to the well, shall we? So we had a little nosy down here earlier. I don't think we're going to be able to see it.
So I'm going to get that torch down and have a go. 'cause
Yeah,
we
I've got it in my
could
back
see
pocket.
perfectly in the day, couldn't we?
But you will see something amazing just behind it afterwards if this doesn't work. You might get some glare. I mean, it's covered in glass. We're not going to fall down it. Do you want to read and I shine a torch? Hold on.
Okay. It's real. Oh, yeah, maybe.
Hold on. Let me stand on here.
Come over here and then you might
you
not
hold
get
that.
the glare.
Hold on. Let me come around this side because that black bit's getting in the way.
See a ladder.
You can see a ladder. Oh, you can see the ladder. It is there. So there's a
And then the
ladder going
outside
in.
of it.
Right. Do you want to? If I hold the torch, so they
Try
can
and get
see
a
what
good
we're talking
angle.
about.
So this
'Cause you
is
just see
a
them
1st century AD Roman well with 16th century alterations.
It's not showing now
Isn't it?
because I haven't turned the torch on.
There you go.
Where's it gone? I had it just a minute ago.
You need to move it in a bit.
I don't know. You saw the ladder just a minute ago, and there.
There you go.
You
Let
need to
you-
hold it that side for back a bit. Can't find it. There we go. I'm going to go underneath it there.
So the remains of the reused Roman well and well head were discovered during excavations of this St Paul's site in the 1970s, but weren't excavated fully until 1984. The well appears to have been dug during the second phase of Roman activity at the site, which forms part of the Roman Forum. and may well have continued into use post-Roman, early Saxon period. Oh, don't get me on camera, I'm dying.
Oh, you're dying. I'll put it over there for a minute because
Got runny nose.
it's not working.
Is it working?
No.
Oh, well, there's a board. Do you want to have a look at the board?
I'll have a look at the board while
Yeah,
you
it
read
tells
the
you it
not
all
so much.
there,
So
look,
somebody might
so-
want to take a screenie of it.
So it was, Saxon period when the first timber churches were constructed on this site. Suggested that it may have had ritual use during that period, possibly providing holy water for the church. Alternatively, it may have been covered over and even forgotten. Either way, it appears that it had been filled in and covered over by medieval times. Rediscovered again in the early 14th century, possibly during grave digging. Great pit was dug down to be robbed remains of the Roman wellhead. Alterations were made during the 16th and 17th century, and they found down there fragments of stained glass, and they also found from the 17th century wooden well buckets, leather shoes, at least one cask, dice, 2 bowling balls, numerous small leather covered wooden balls, a wooden bowl and a game bat. So there's one of the shoes.
Yeah, I showed all those little bits just as you were talking about them, to be honest. Right then, so you didn't get a great view of the well, I'm really sorry, but
You used to have lights in it.
the next piece, and I think, is this our last piece, I think, isn't it?
So, and then we've just maybe the mint wall if anyone's
Oh yeah, I
interested
think
in
we'll do a
that.
quick one of the mint walls. So 2 more little bits to show you, because this is phenomenal. Yeah, it's thick glass on top and it's really, really dirty.
You can see it much better in the day. So there's
Yeah.
2 boards. That one's a little bit overgrown, and then there's one.
So let's do a little quiz. So you can see what we're going to talk about just here. See if anybody can put in the comments what it is we are looking at right now.
They might give you a clue over there.
Yeah, I'm going to come around that way. I'm just watching the comments and we'll go and do it from that side in a second. What are we walking around right now? Church footings, Wendy Cooper, first one. Well done. There's no prizes, but you've got a little bit of pride.
You want the board?
Yeah, should we show them the board?
Well, it shows you what it would have originally looked like.
Oh,
what they
yeah.
think it would have looked like. And then
I'm just gonna, can't really cover that, a little bit of glare unfortunately.
that was the original one up there at the top.
That was the really, really, really early one then. Excellent, we have got some amazing guesses. It was church footings of St Paul in the Bale.
So they reckon it goes back to the 5th and 8th century, this church, a church on this site. Early timber church remains were found within the area of the Roman Forum, which may have been significant as they were reused the Roman well, again, for the, like we said, for ritual rites. That's why it was probably built here. The last standing Victorian church was demolished in the 1970s, but excavations revealed before that 2 post-Roman to early Anglo-Saxon timber buildings, and this was they did this in the late 1970s to show the footings.
To show the footings. I mean, it's lovely to commemorate it, isn't it?
Well, it's history. I mean, going back to 14th century, well, 5th century originally.
And these in the path here would have been some gravestones from around the original church, I would imagine.
Yeah, probably.
You can't really
from
see the dates on them.
Victorian.
They're so worn. I think it says I think it's 1616
Oh wow, way
or
before then.
1816. I'm not quite sure. But you've got all the old gravestones here. I want to try and find one with a date on that is legible.
Yeah, that one is.
This one here says 1751. In memory of Jane the
Jane, the wife of Robert Hudson, who died in 1751, aged 40 years. Also Roger, son of 1743.
There we go.
Where? Taunton tomorrow. No, that's where I live.
You got head
Okay. So it's about 20 miles above that.
Yeah. William Levinson.
That's why I don't like cider.
September
No.
1826, age 16. Oh, that's sad.
There we go.
Elizabeth the Wheel.
So Thursday, very busy night in Lincoln. I think it's probably time. We're going to go and show you one last thing
That
tonight.
is over here.
Is it over?
Yeah.
It is over here. I remember you showing me, but I can't remember where it was.
Because this one fascinates me, that this is hidden where it is. Nobody knows it's
And again,
there.
how many people will walk past? I think these guys, they sound local. Only just realised there was gravestones there when they saw what we were looking at. They probably walked over there many, many times. And how many people walk past this Castle Hotel? And we're only going to show you very briefly, because it's the back of the car park of a hotel. So it's called the Castle Hotel. And in their car park, right in the very back, I'm going to keep the torch down just for a minute. Lisa's going to do the grand reveal of this. Go on, what is it, Lisa?
It's called the Mint Wall, and it's one of the most significant but overlooked Roman remains that is left in Britain. Tucked away at the back of this hotel called the Castle Hotel, it's one of the largest pieces of freestanding Roman building wall that's lasted in the country. The wall is the only surviving remnant of a basilica, large public hall which stood at the northern end of the Roman Forum and would have been central to the governance of the Colonia at the time. The name Mint Wall is an interesting one, as they said it originated from a famous antiquarian, William Stupley, who mistakenly believed that the wall formed part of a coin minting workshop. However, it's since been found that it hasn't, but it's never been renamed.
Well, I like the name, the Mint Wall, and this little plaque here. I think stunning.
What they are, they're just
Now, look at this.
one nice and one... Yeah.
It's like a saint or a soldier, and then like a demon.
But imagine that's been there for that long and it's just tucked behind what?
There's no information about this. So I'm going to get a little close up of this one. And then you got the saint next to him.
It's got knobbly knees. His little knees.
Look at his little knees.
Little knees. It's wood.
Is it?
That's wood.
Stunning.
So yeah, that's one of my favourite parts of Lincoln, that lot.
Let's go down the side here. Shine the torch up
An old Roman wall.
so you can see the old Roman wall. Absolutely amazing. Now I'd hazard a guess that many people even working in the hotel wouldn't even know what that is about. They need to start watching Retro Ghost Hunters.
They do.
Hockey cocky, what time are we on?
Let me have a look.
Are we giving them an hour and a half?
Oh, have we?
I hope so.
What time are we on? It's 28 minutes past.
We couldn't have timed that any better. Look at that. The tour, expertly curated by the lovely Lisa, took exactly an hour and a half. It was really hard to kind of plan, I suppose, because we didn't know how long the ceremony was going to
No, we
be,
didn't know, did we?
how long we'd want to spend avoiding people. There we go. So that is right next to the Castle Hotel. Looks beautiful in there.
It does look nice.
Looks expensive.
But you'd never know that that was behind it, would you?
No. Well, what's
I
the
don't know
menu
if you
like?
can get-
Well, that's not bad actually. £15 for a burger.
Beer battered fish. I love fish and
Ooh.
chips.
Yeah. We won't make everyone hungry. That's there. And we're going back to the car now, so we'll go to a little bit of light. Let us know what you thought of this evening in the comments. Let us know the best bit. And then we'll share ours in just a moment.
We haven't even looked at the castle.
We
Not
haven't, but the
even
castle walls and
mentioned it,
walking
have we?
around it.
But the castle walls there, look, in the car park.
There we go. There's the castle walls. You've seen the castle walls. we've got some good lighting here. So I think what we'll do, if we turn, no, we're going to need to turn, no, what we'll do, I'll film you just for a minute, because I know you don't want to be on camera because you're
Because I'm hot and sweaty.
you're hot and bothered. Lisa, what was your best bit of the tour?
Well, mine's got to be the D-Day out the. It's got to be the singing and the lantern, and it was just emotional.
It
and
was.
It was really poignant and makes you think what they went through.
And that's history, even more so than what we've seen.
Yeah, and they're going to be learning about that hopefully in hundreds and thousands of years, the same as we're learning about the Romans and the Civil War, and hopefully that will go down in history.
It might only have been 80 years ago, but soon it's going to be as old as, thinking back to 300 BCs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was extremely emotional. I will share my best bit with you. It was going to be that.
Sorry.
And I was going to just echo again around your family history, and only finding that out today. That touched me, and it's not even my family.
Yeah.
But just thinking about all that history, it is quite emotional. After the ceremony, let's just take that one out of it for a moment. I'm going to go with the wall. It's got to be the wall, because it's so hidden.
Yeah.
I almost want to go into the hotel now and just say, "What's that wall? That looks a bit old.
See
What's
if they
that wall?
know.
I better go." And so, as a final thought, spend time looking at your local area, finding out about the history, passing it on to your family, your siblings, and get them to know a little bit about the history. We enjoy it, and we've really enjoyed sharing it with you. So it's going to be a thank you and a good night from me. And
It's a thank you and a good night from me. Thank you, everybody.
we are back out tomorrow at 9:30. We'll be live, won't we? Not sure the team that are out, but it's getting a little bit rowdy now. So we are going to go. Thank you very much, and a good night.
Bye.
Bye.